This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. As you may know, the UAW vote to organize Volkswagen's plant in Chattanooga, Tennessee kicks off today. But state governors across the South have joined together to speak out against the union. The governors from Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, and South Carolina issued a statement saying that voting for a union will put jobs at risk. They say they want to continue growing car manufacturing in their states, but voting for the union will, quote, stop this growth in its tracks. We'll soon find out if VW workers agree, because the vote ends on Friday and the totals will be tabulated that night. Should Elon Musk earn a $59 billion pay package? That's how much money he was supposed to get in 2018, as long as he could get Tesla's market cap above $650 billion. Tesla did hit that mark, but a shareholder sued the company over the pay package, and a Delaware judge ruled that paying Musk that much money was unfair to shareholders and blocked him from getting it. So now Tesla is asking shareholders, instead of going through the board of directors, to vote on whether Musk should get that pay package. And it's also asking shareholders to approve moving Tesla's incorporation from Delaware to Texas, where presumably judges won't interfere with corporate pay packages. It's kind of hard to believe, but when the board of directors awarded Musk that pay package in 2018, Tesla's stock was trading at only $22 a share, and its market cap was just under $60 billion. But then the stock price went on a tear, and the company's market cap peaked at $1 trillion in October 2021. But that was then. This year's been hard on Tesla. Its market cap is now $492 billion, and if things keep going like this, it's in danger of falling below Toyota's market cap, which stands at $392 billion and is growing. If Tesla does drop below Toyota in value, it will make headlines around the world. And there may be a lot of controversy about CEO pay, but apparently not at Stellantis. 70% of shareholders just voted in favor of giving Carlos Tavares a €36.5 million pay package. That's $39 million and is up about 60% from 2022. It also makes him the highest paid CEO in the industry after Elon Musk. The pay package includes a €10 million award if Stellantis hits electrification and software goals. Shareholders voted overwhelmingly for Tavares' compensation, even though there was an effort by several advisory firms to vote against it. Tavares defended his pay package by saying that 90% of his salary is tied to the company's performance. Stellantis' share price increased 64% last year and is up another 13% so far this year. So investors are quite pleased with his leadership.
When the elements are working against you, being confident in your grip on the road is what really matters. Bridgestone Alenza tires, improved acceleration in wet conditions.
Chinese car exports continue to grow at an impressive rate. According to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, 502,000 vehicles were exported out of China in March, which is a 38% increase compared to a year ago. That includes both passenger and commercial vehicles. Light vehicle exports totaled 424,000 vehicles, while 78,000 commercial vehicles were shipped. And if China maintains that rate, it's on pace to ship 6 million vehicles a year. And to put that into perspective, Germany produced 4.1 million vehicles last year, which means China is exporting 2 million more vehicles than Germany can even manufacture. If GM needs more hybrids and PHEVs in the US, it can just tap into its Chinese sources. Buick is coming out with an updated version of a luxury van it sells in the country called the GL8 that will now have both setups. And we figure if they're good enough for a Buick luxury van in China, which is about the same size of a US minivan, they would be good enough for global markets. The PHEV version of the new GL8, which is also getting a styling update to bring it in line with Buick's other models, will feature a 1.5-liter engine and an electric motor that combine for 292 kilowatts or 391 horsepower. No official word on when it will launch, but it will debut at next week's Beijing Auto Show. And speaking of new reveals that will be at the Beijing Auto Show, Fangcheng Bao, which is part of BYD, is going to have 3 new models on display, a couple of rugged SUVs, but also the sleek speedster called the Super 9. Unlike its current model, which is a plug-in, the Super 9 is expected to be fully electric, and Car News China says there will be a production version called the Bao 9. BMW is easily beating all the legacy luxury brands when it comes to electric vehicles. It handily outsells Mercedes, Audi, Cadillac, and anyone else you want to throw on the list. Bloomberg reports that one reason it's doing so well is that it learned hard lessons from doing the i3 electric, which was a sales flop. Now, instead of building EVs in a dedicated assembly plant, it has EVs that are built on the same platform as its ICE cars, and they go down the same assembly lines, one right after another. That allows BMW to flex production to meet demand, and it didn't go out and build its own battery plants. Instead, it buys them from battery makers like CATL, which saves it billions of euros in capital expenditures. And it's only going to get better. In the second half of next year, BMW will start building its next generation of EVs, what it calls the new class. And if they sell well, those cars will be solidly profitable. And we've got a quick update on when the Chevrolet Bolt will go back into production and where. Auto Forecast Solutions reports that the Bolt EUV will resume production in November 2025 at GM's assembly plant in Fairfax, Kansas. That plant currently makes the Chevrolet Malibu and Cadillac XT4. The Bolt is being redesigned right now to be powered by GM's Ultium battery pack. It might be nice to retire at 11 years old, but Boston Dynamics' humanoid robot called Atlas has lived a pretty hard life since it was launched in 2013. And so the robotics company, which is now owned by Hyundai, is ending development of the current Atlas robot. We've seen it shake its groove thing, throw heavy objects, parkour, and much more. But the send-off video for Atlas also shows that it's gone through all kinds of bumps and bruises as the development team learned how to make a robot that could pull off everything that Atlas is capable of. And as a side note, the video is actually funny. It had me physically laughing out loud. And as amazing as everything that Atlas can do is, I was also surprised to see how similar Atlas looks to a human messing up and falling down. And so why is Boston Dynamics going to retire Atlas when it seems like everyone else is racing to put out a humanoid robot? Well, it's coming out with an all-new version that looks like it's called the 001, and instead of using hydraulics, it's fully electric. But I just wish they had programmed a less creepy way for it to stand up. SDV is one of the hottest buzzwords in the auto industry. Software-defined vehicles are all the rage, and automakers are racing to bring them to market. But do you really know what SDVs are? Or would you like to learn more about them? Then be sure to tune in to Autoline After Hours tomorrow, when we'll have Scott Tobin from a company called Envorso that provides organizational design for software development, amongst other things. But that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for tuning in.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And by Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility.
Intrepid's NeoVi Pi, allowing automotive engineers to interface, capture, and monitor vehicle data using Raspberry Pi. As a matter of fact, it's the automotive industry's first robust platform for Raspberry Pi, featuring Intrepid CAN-FD technology and Raspberry Pi compute module. The NeoVi Pi is designed for automotive environments, allowing use with relative power ranges and applications. In addition, the NeoVi Pi enables you to use the Raspberry Pi for compute while avoiding additional development to adapt to network environments. That makes the NeoVi Pi powerful enough to solve your vehicle network problems, yet small enough to fit in your backpack. One of many intrepid tools used for developing zonal architecture and software-defined vehicles.
At Teijin Automotive Technologies, we combine world-class composite materials expertise with cutting-edge designs because, frankly, there are better ways to lightweight vehicles. So lighten up with Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility.